All right, bro. Yeah, no doubt.
Tony, what do you think about the bare knuckle boxing altogether?
I mean, it's growing. It's growing. I think they really found the lane because the excitement in these fights, you know, are so competitive, man, and it's giving the fans something, and they keep coming back. So I think they found the lane. I think the sport gonna be around for a minute.
Can we look forward to seeing Antonio Tarver?
Never.
In the bare knuckle. What?
Never. Unless they get one of these internet guys and we gonna sell about 20 million in there, something like that. Yeah.
Why you say never?
You never can say never. I
Right.
just don't think it's in my future. I just don't think it's in my future. I like where I'm at, calling the action from ringside or from the square circle, on the outside of the square circle.
As a fighter, what's the difference in the preparation between a traditional boxing match and bare knuckle boxing?
I personally don't know, but I would guess you pretty much you work on the same thing, you know, not getting hit and being the ring general. I mean, that rule of thumb applies to any combat sports. You want to get hit and not get hit. But it seemed like nobody can avoid the shots here in the square circles. Like, everybody get busted up, man. So, you know, I don't know if Paulie really understands what he's in for, but these guys are bringing it. David Fieldman is a promoter that, you know, he really stressed. He wants you to mix it up. He wants you to toe the line. He gives bonuses for guys that stay in the pocket. So this fight is not really conducive to what Paulie likes to do. He likes to use his range. He likes to move laterally, in and out, and keep ring generalship. LaBall is one of those straight-on punchers, dangerous, aggressive fighters. So, you know, I don't think the fight itself lends itself to Paulie, but Paulie can still win with his boxing experience.
Yeah, that was my next question. Can a technical fighter stay in this business? Because, I mean, they really go in there and scrap. It's like drunk guys at the bar scrapping.
Most definitely. It's hard,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
It's tough. But, you know, I think being technical in anything you do is a plus. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to those skills. Those skills going to always pay bills. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is that if we knew that Paulie had that power punch, he would be a bigger favorite in this fight.
Right.
But he's always had chronic hand problems. So that gives the light bulb goes off in my head automatically. Can he even hit this guy effectively enough to hurt him with his brittle hands already?
Punching power, though. So with gloves, without gloves, will that change the power of a punch? Feeling straight knuckle versus a little bit of padding.
You're gonna have to be more accurate with your bare hands because you can easily hit someone on a bone or something and damage your hands. So you're gonna have to try to find that soft tissue. I would advise him to go to the body. You know, if you see a clean shot, place it good. But unlike boxing, you're not gonna be able to just throw at mass and expect to bring your fighter down, because you can just hit the arm, the body, the chest. But if you hit an elbow, you hit a crane, a part of his brain or something, a skull, that can crack your knuckles very easily. And you see a lot of that in street fighting, bare knuckle. So I would say that you have to protect yourself here more so than in boxing, especially when you're punching.
How would a puncher like Deontay Wilder do in bare knuckle boxing?
With that type of power, I mean, come on, man. If he hit anybody on the jaw, you can only imagine. I mean, he can hurt somebody very, very seriously, like he's been doing with 10-ounce gloves on. He's a beast.
Would the damage be more pronounced, is my question?
I'm not sure. I would think if he hit a guy once or twice, he ain't gonna get a lot of shots at a guy like he would in boxing. Right. You ain't gonna get a lot of shots to just hurt a guy here like you probably would in boxing. You know, you have to knock him out, knock him unconscious. As long as, you know, he go down and get an 8 count, he can be saved. You can recuperate a little bit. In bare knuckle, I don't think they have that time to recuperate. Once you get hurt, if you ain't showing that you're in the fight, they more than likely gonna stop it. So if you hurt a guy, 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna have that 8 count to recuperate. You know, he might just get knocked out, and, you know, they're gonna stop the fight quick if you got a bad cut or something like that. You know, here in bare knuckle, they more so allow the punishment.
Yeah.
They allow the pain. So, you know, it's a little bit different here. You know, they see blood, they're not gonna overreact. Like in boxing, they might overreact with a gash, with a cut.
Right.
Here, they just send you the stitch between rounds and hope he can stop the bleed.